So welcome back to Deep in Bear Country, a Berenstain Bearcast, which is what I've been calling it since the beginning of time. I don't know why I feel the need to justify that. So this is a show about the Berenstain Bears, and what I've been doing for the last couple of months now, I guess. This is episode 6 of my viewing of the original 1985 Berenstain Bears Saturday morning TV show, the original Berenstain Bears TV show. There was another one that came later, and if you are very lucky people and you play your cards right, I could very well watch that show too. When this one is done, there was a show that was done later in the early 2000s that was shown on PBS. That's the one a lot of people remember. In some ways, it's a lot closer to the style of the books, but in a lot of other ways, it's very different from the style of the books. It is. And Mike has talked about how they had to soften a lot of things for the PBS show, including things like Too Tall and the behavior of the Cubs. But in the Saturday morning TV show, we do not have any of that. We don't have any sort of restrictions on what kids are allowed to be seen saying or doing, because it's Saturday morning, and the most important thing is that everyone is in front of their TV eating sugary cereals, buying toys, and not bothering their parents. Their fathers are outside mowing the lawn. They want you to mow the lawn with them, but you're not going to. And then whenever you try, you're very bad at it, so your father stops asking you to. Your mom is doing something else. Your sister's probably at swim practice. You are hunkered down at 6 o'clock in the morning to watch Alvin and the Chipmunks all the way up through Soul Train, which starts at like 11. And that's when you know it's time to get up and do something else. Probably read a book or play some Nintendo. So this is 1985's Berenstain Bears, episode 6. We're going to be looking at The Soccer Star and Shoot the Rapids. These are both based on two of the smaller format books that were included as premiums that were available through different through different offers, and they are some of my favorite formats of the Berenstain Bears. I believe that some of them may have been illustrated by freelancers. So the art style is a little more bold. The eyes pop a little bit more. The art style is certainly smaller. I could be wrong about the freelancer thing for these particular books, but I like the smaller format books. They've got some interesting stories. They actually created some of the more memorable stories that were later adapted into Cub Club books, that were later adapted, in this case, into like chapter books, story books later on. But this is where it all began, right here in 1985 with The Soccer Star and Shoot the Rapids. So let's dive in, shall we? I have to apologize right up top. I do not have the music for the episode. I don't have the theme song attached to this because I had to assemble the episodes myself. So here we go. Oh, I'm live streaming this. I have absolutely nobody watching this. Nobody is tuning in. Why? It's the middle of the friggin' day on a Friday. Nobody is tuning in to watch me do this. Nobody tunes in to watch me. In any case, I have no fan base. I've never made a red cent doing this show, and I don't care. I have a fan base of maybe 100 people, 10.5 years. That's about 10 people per year that I've managed to scrape together and be like, you want to watch me talk about the Berenstain Bears for an endless amount of time? And those people say yes, and they come and they go, but I've never built anything. I'm not a builder. I'm a talker. I can't accrue a fan base. I'm not good at promoting myself. I'm not cute. I'm not handsome. I'm not, well, I guess I'm pretty energetic. I guess I have that going for me. But hey, if you want to look around, I got some, if you ever look behind me, I got little toys. I got a lot of horror books. These are mostly horror novels. I've got some Playmobil figures back there. I've got a birthday bouquet from when I turned 40, almost 10 years ago now. So wow, big time. Let's just watch this show. I'm going to put my headphones on now. Let's watch these episodes, and then I'm going to talk about these episodes. Here we go. Here we go. All right, so the Berenstain Bears Soccer Star. I said the Soccer Star. It's just Soccer Star. Like you're looking up into the heavens, and there is Soccer Star. Yeah, Stan and Jan Berenstain. They did not write the teleplay, but they wrote the story. That's an awkward image right there, right off the bat. We got an awkward image of Bears playing football.
32. Hike.
Get your nose out of the bear. There we go. Okay, brother, what a weird angle to start the show on. So brother's playing football. Didn't know he was a football star, but maybe he's not. Maybe this is all the bears look the same. It's hard to tell who's who.
24,
It's
36, 13.
okay. I thought it was going to be a daydream. It's a dream.
Way to go! Good grab! All right, guys. On the next play, we're going to go for it. Well, who said that? Okay.
You know what your brother's voice sounds like. So talking in your sleep is like a thing people do.
It's
Certainly
fall,
sisters.
And my sports happy brother is going football crazy again.
Heard brother do that before. Good on brother for sleeping with a football. That's how you get better at sports. So it looks like brother is committed to improving his physical fitness, which kudos to him. I did push-ups this morning, by the way. Anyone? I did push-ups. 49-year-old man doing push-ups. Don't ever Google that. You don't want to see those videos. But look, so brother's committed to being a footballer, a footballman, a football player, as they call them. And this is some great
What's this practice
training.
stuff all about anyway? The tryouts, Pippin said, for the Bear Country School varsity football team.
Oh, so he's going out for varsity.
You
Varsity.
gotta be kidding. He'll get flattened.
Yeah, there's no way he's going to make the varsity team if he's not even on the team. These cubs
They
are
come in
huge.
3 sizes. Big, bigger, and colossal.
I love thinking these are all like 8-year-olds. Yeah, but there's a place in a football team for a little guy, isn't there? I don't know anything about football. Is there a place in football for a little guy? Like some guy who can like run between the legs of all the other guys? Is there a place in football for little guys? Triplets? I don't know.
I guess I better wait till next year. Or
Yeah.
the year after that. No, you just need a little more practice. A little more practice and a lot more muscle.
Fred's wanted to talk. Fred's wanted to talk about muscle. So this is just like in the book. This happens in the book. So in the book is
Guess it just wasn't my day, Coach.
not this
Not your
involved,
game
but
either. At least not on the field. But I got a terrific job for you in administration.
You do?
Yep.
yeah, take an admin position. That's where the real money is, brother. And you're not going to be like having to retire at the age of 30 with massive brain injuries. You get on the money side of football, not the football side of football. For those of you who aren't from the United States, this is football in the United States.
Water bear! Water bear!
Come on.
So you might be confused because we call it football soccer and you call football nothing because nobody plays this outside of the United States. But it is the most popular sport in America. It's not the American pastime. That's baseball, but nobody watches baseball, but everyone watches football. I don't watch football because I march to the beat of my own drummer and I recorded Berenstain Bears podcast for 10 and a half years. Okay, so the seasons have gone by. Oh, but
Here comes superstar.
we've had this discussion before. Not a fan of bears with mustaches.
To intercept the inbound pass. He's got the dribble.
Brother Bear! Brother Bear! Brother Bear!
Brother
But you
Bear?
do have
Brother Bear, you've been daydreaming.
No, I haven't. I've been dribbling.
Brother Bear. I do love Teacher Jane's voice.
I mean, I've been
She's
listening.
she has quite the low
I mean,
voice.
What was the question?
My goodness, it's been so long since I asked, I've forgotten.
Dope. So,
And superstar point guard Brother Bear dribbles past the 3-point line.
okay, so that's nice. So we had the announcer in Brother's head doing a Howard
goes in for
Cosell.
a tremendous slam dunk.
Now we have Brother doing
What's with him?
an impression of the announcer doing a Howard Cosell voice, which
It's
is
worse than football.
it's
team.
layers upon layers.
That's right. And tomorrow I'm going out for the varsity basketball team. He hasn't got a chance. The varsity team comes in 3 sizes. Tall. Taller.
Oh, I don't like tall, skinny bears.
And too tall.
Oh. So Too Tall is a basketball player in this universe.
And Brother Bear comes in only one size. Too small.
Can we again acknowledge the fact that this is the only version of the Berenstain Bears in which Too Tall is actually too tall? Like taller than is healthy for a bear his age.
Oh, no. I should get 2 shots, Coach. That was a deliberate foul.
I'm impressed. Not only do you have spunk, but you have a knowledge of the rules of the game.
I do?
Just what I'm looking for. Someone with a thoroughgoing knowledge of the game. Somebody for the key position, Director of Equipment.
Someone who's
Well,
apparently
that's what I
only
like it.
slightly larger than the actual
Okay,
ball.
that's it for today. Cubs, hit the showers.
Not you,
And
brother.
by the way,
You're gonna
I've named
watch.
Brother Bear as our new Director of Equipment.
Oh, they're going to throw a jockstrap in his face, aren't they? That's what happens to directors of equipment. They get no respect. No, close enough. Do bears wear jockstraps? Does a bear's fur act as its own jockstrap? These are the questions I have to ask. These are the questions we want to know the answers to. Okay, so the seasons continue. This is like Ralph Bakshi's Lord of the Rings. It's like they have a little time to fill in this one. Not a whole lot happens in this episode. Okay, brother is a good baseball. He's a good runner. He's a good hitter.
See you guys later. Where are you going? To rest up. I've got to save my strength for the varsity tryouts tomorrow.
Varsity baseball
When
players
is he gonna learn?
come in 3 sizes.
Those varsity players will mow him down. Why, they only pitch with 3 speeds.
Oh, I see. Fast, faster, and fastest.
Fast.
Too fast.
Faster.
So is that supposed to be Too Tall every time? Is he just a great sports
and hit
bear?
the deck.
I love the way this is animated, by the way. I just absolutely love the way this show is animated. Yeah, it gets
Oh,
janky
well. I
sometimes,
guess I'm just not ready for the varsity team.
but it's never for
You're
lack
a
of
good
trying.
cub. I like you.
Yeah, I got spunk.
Right. I like you, and I'm going to trust you with a really tremendous job. A job of enormous responsibility. You are hereby and officially appointed team manager.
Yeah. Frank Welker
cool.
does that one
Thanks,
voice
Coach.
really well.
Hey, where's the team manager?
That's me.
You?
You bet I'm the team manager.
And that's Frank Welker as well.
Well, then do you think you could manage to get these uniforms cleaned and pressed?
You can tell by the way the voice resonates in the back of his
These
throat.
here mitts need saddles open now.
That's like Ruth
Fix it.
Buzzy.
Come on, Come on, team manager.
Frank Welker has this thing where I could... His voice kind of sits back here, like in the back of his throat. So when he does a voice like this, or even when he talks normally,
Take care of it, will you?
it's got this resonance that you can always tell it's Welker.
That does it. Ugh.
Yeah, he's finally sick of it. It only took 9 months. Your rage gestated as long as a baby, brother. 9 months of rage boiled up inside. You're like the coward of the county.
Remarkable. Incredible.
Sorry, Coach. I guess I lost my temper.
Perhaps so, but you found your game.
I did?
You're unquestionably the finest natural soccer kicker I've ever seen.
I am? Yeah, I guess I am.
Now, as the parent of someone who plays soccer,
You had to find the right
it's a little more
sport
than just
for
kicking
you.
hard.
I figured you would eventually, with a little encouragement, if you catch
I mean-
my drift.
You've also got to like dribble and pass and get a goal and run a lot. There's a lot of running. It's not just tricks. It's not just tricks, brother. You're not a Harlem Globetrotter of soccer. Is there even a Harlem Globetrotter of the soccer field? Is brother not actually very good, but the other bears are simply worse? Because it looks like he's the only competent bear out there. Is the problem that they're playing soccer with a volleyball? Is that what's going on? It's a cue ball? A hard pool ball? Is that what's happening here? I understand why they didn't want to animate the dots on the ball, but it does look like they're not using a regulation ball. And I get the idea. It's like, size doesn't make you a better soccer player, I guess is the whole thing. But like a large bear in the goal is actually a pretty decent thing. Why don't you get a board and put a board over the goal to keep any of the balls from going in? Just get a big board.
Brother, no other. Brother, no other. Yay!
Aces, Fred. So, that's the end of the episode. I guess he's good at soccer. Okay, he's the soccer star. Now we're shooting the rapids. This is another small format book that is just another typical Bear Scouts adventure where Papa gets in the way and Scout Leader Jane, you know the story. I predict they're going out for a medal of some kind or a badge, and Papa will get one as well. Maybe. I don't remember the book. I think that's what happens, though. I think it's because that's what happened in the last one, right? They were going out for some sort of merit badge. Papa says he'll help them. He screws up, but he gets a merit badge anyway because he helped them get the merit badge.
Here we come.
Okay, Scouts, in formation.
Okay.
Bear Scout Guide.
Right,
Map of the Great Roaring River.
Map of the Great Orange River.
Life jackets.
right.
I'm
Incidentally,
Teacher
Scouts,
Jane.
I'm relieved to note that nowhere do I see your laudable father and uncle, the world's greatest expert in just about everything.
Oh,
Papa
your father
Bear.
and your
You're right.
uncle.
Papa
Not
Q
he's your
Bear
father
reporting
and
for
uncle,
Whitewater Merit
which
Badge
would be
duty.
I don't know how things work in
It's
the
mighty
world.
nice of you, Papa.
I mean, I do.
Really appreciate
10.5
you
years
wanting
now.
to help. Yeah, Unc, but you see...
Mr. Bear, have you had any whitewater experience?
Have I had whitewater experience? Have I had whitewater
You rarely hear
experience?
Papa or Mama described as
How can you ask
Mr.
such
Bear?
a question of yours
'Cause
truly?
I think I could be
Papa
anyone.
Q Bear, who's negotiated the upper reaches of the crocodile-infested Nile.
Oh my God, he just
The
hit
rapids of the
Teacher
Parana
Jane.
Amazon. Why,
She's
one
out.
false
She's
move
down
in
for the
those
count.
Waters, and you're instant fish food.
I'm talking over
Papa,
Papa's
we're not
bragging
going
because
on the
you know
Nile
it
or up
is.
the
You've all
Amazon.
heard
That's
it.
right,
Well, I'm the
Uncle.
best
But we
whitewater
are
rapids
going on
guy
Roaring
in the
River, which
world.
has some serious whitewater, and I don't want any foolishness.
Foolishness? Foolishness? Why, my dear lady, what's this little doohickey?
Don't pull that tab!
It's a bomb.
Oh, no!
Oh, no!
Watch your foot!
Papa!
It's Papa.
Miss Jane!
I'm sorry, I shouldn't make fun of Teacher Jane. She's doing a great job. What is that? Oh, I see. Why would it inflate that
Come on,
much?
We better fold this thing back up.
Why is it
No
dangerous
need
to
for that.
inflate your raft?
I'll
Why do they
just
know
drag
that?
it. Come.
Who's
the
been
river
hurt by this
beckons.
raft?
Ah, yes. The perfect day for a whitewater experience.
Kids.
Give me that white water.
It's your Wawa
That
Honey song.
White water. Braving the rapids with my son and daughter.
What about me, Unc?
Good point. And my bright and heady nephew, Freddie.
It's good. It's good stuff. This is wholesome stuff. I'm watching this on Saturday morning.
Twisting and turning.
This is a good
spinning
song.
and turning. Hanging on for dear life. Spray so thick you can cut it with a knife. White water. That white water.
They're gone.
Huh? Where's the white water? It's a mere trickle. I'm all geared up for a rip-roaring 40-knot knuckle biter.
I should start doing
I
this
want to
gesture
feel that
when I talk
spray
about
in my
myself.
teeth.
The rapids start farther downstream.
I don't
know
see any
anything.
rapids downstream.
That's my Papa Bear impression.
That way's downstream, Unc.
Oh, of course.
Come on, let's get going. I want to earn that merit badge.
That's a book we
All
never
right,
got.
then.
We never got a
I'll
book.
follow along and evaluate your whitewater performance from my truck.
A commendable plan.
We've
Scout
never gotten a
Leader
book that
Jane.
explores
And not to
Papa's
worry,
relationship
you can
with
leave everything
Fred.
in my
Like,
capable paws.
we never really get to know them as like
Come on,
as
Papa,
family
get in the
members.
raft.
But he's the
Here's your
uncle, and he's kind of he must be like the
Tut,
fun
tut.
uncle.
Life jackets
Funkle.
and rubber raft are hardly my style. I'm out to rough it. I toughed out the Nile and the Amazon. And let me tell you about the
Fungal
Mississippi.
uncle.
I've explored it, swam it, abbreviated it.
Oh yeah, this episode's mostly filler,
Aha.
isn't it?
Here's my trusty dugout canoe.
But Papa, rubber rafts are safer for the rapids. They float high and are designed to bounce off rocks.
Rafts might be fine for beginners, but I thirst for adventure. That's why I need a canoe that's indestructible. Ow! See those scars? Those are from crocodiles.
Those are from me kicking it. I thought he was going to point at like his foot. Like, see those scars?
Wowee!
Yep.
You want to know
There
where
I
my
was,
boat got
paddling
these
down the most
scars?
treacherous waterway of all, the intersection of the Nile and the Amazon, surrounded by a couple dozen snapping crocodiles. Then the piranhas came after me.
The success or failure
Those
the
stars
success
are
or
piranhas.
failure of this episode depends on how funny you find Papa's bragging.
I thought
At this
for
point,
sure
I find
was
it a
gonna
bit
end up
tiresome.
fish food, but I finally scared
Because we
them
know
all.
what's going to happen. He's going to
Yes,
die.
my dear.
Papa, the official Bear Scout guidebook says, something you must never do. You must never stand
Up in a boat.
canoe.
That's what happens
Perhaps
in the
an
book. I
ordinary
remember
canoe.
this now. In the
But
book,
I
his
carved
canoe
this one
flips.
myself. I cleverly designed it for stability, patent pending, based on the principles of the gyroscope.
It's just a canoe.
Quick!
It's just a canoe. I don't believe he did any of that.
That's it! Here you go! Hang on,
He's a
Papa!
liar. He's a liar. At what point does it stop being
I think
tall
we should
tales
put
and
the
start
life
being
jacket
blatant
on.
lying to
Well,
children?
the
At what
color
point?
does match
Wow.
my shirt. Yeah. Nothing like a warm, leisurely afternoon in my patent pending canoe floating down a gorgeous river.
He's gonna fall asleep. He's gonna go over what, a
Now's
waterfall?
not the time for a nap, Unc. The river's picking up.
Just let him
Betty's
die.
right.
At
We
this
should all
point,
stay alert.
you can just
The
let him
guidebook
go.
says, never
Kids, just let
relax.
him go.
Always, always study your map. And never, ever take time for a nap.
Does it
The
really
river
have to
narrows
say
up
that?
ahead.
Does it have to
That
say that
could mean rapids.
in the book on whitewater
Map,
rafting?
sky,
Never take a
books,
nap?
Nonsense.
Never just fall
I
asleep
know
in your
this river
boat
like
when you're on the way to the
palm of my
rapids?
paw. Those rapids are miles away, and I got plenty of time for a little R&R.
Okay, at this
Rest
point,
and
he's just
relaxation.
reaping what he's sown. Let's look at this
Papa,
mess. Look at this
I
mess.
think you mean rapids and riptides. Hang on.
Ripids and riptides. Papa, okay, so wait, were they set? Were they all set for a waterfall? Was that part of? Is this rapids or waterfall? Or like?
Papa, look out! A whirlpool!
No, he's stuck in the whirlpool. I saw a YouTube video of someone trapped in a whirlpool. It is terrifying.
Scout wolf
Legitimate
with a lasso
threat
knife.
to his life. More of a threat to his life probably than those rapids. But yes, whirlpools are very common in these kind of areas. I know that one thing from a YouTube video I once watched. Yeah, get him, brother.
Hang on, Papa.
Is part of being a scout really having to like go out with two of your friends and like
You out.
canoe or paddle through like a dangerous rapid? Is that really a thing scouts do? I'm so glad I
You all
quit.
right?
Hey, fine. First rate. I merely wanted to see how you scouts would react in an emergency. Phew.
She has a gun just pointed. It's like, whew. The number of times she's almost had to shoot
Look
Papa.
alive. Ferry boat ahead. What does the guidebook say?
It says ram it. I'm gonna ram it. Come on, get the ferry boat.
Rules of the river,
Wait.
it says,
I thought they were in dangerous
"When on the
rapids.
river,
What is
by
happening? What
night
is this
or
story
day,
about?
Always give passengers
Why is this so
the right
long?
of way. Backwater till they pass.
Oh, I see. It's the river fair. Oh, it's the.
Speaking of rules of the river,
In my head, it
fish
was
are swimming
F-A-I-R-Y, like
on
it's a boat kids
one-way
put together.
river.
Like, oh, it's a ferry boat. Like they put
Those are
together this like
sailors.
fantastical little
They're
boat,
swimming
not a ferry
upstream to
across the.
land.
That makes more
For
sense.
them, that's the right
Oh, it's a
way.
ferry boat.
Salmon? Salmon?
Like no one's ever used that expression to refer to like something a kid made.
Salmon, of
But
course.
in my head,
Just
that's what it
testing
meant.
your knowledge of fish habits.
So this is basically the book,
Danger ahead.
just
We'll have to take that little
way
stream.
extended. Just not with
No
what
twisty
happens,
streams
but how
for
long
me.
it takes
When
everything
you're battling
to.
a river, you gotta go straight ahead. Ta-ta!
But Papa,
I
come
think-
on with us. This way's safer.
You can't let the river get the upper hand. You gotta show it who's boss.
There was a later book where they like challenged another team to a rafting or a boating competition, and the Too Tall and his gang were cheating because they went around a different where they cut through an island. something like that. Is that based on this? I can't even remember now.
Papa?
Yeah, he almost died. He almost died, kids. This is the time
And that's
Papa
what I'm
almost
gonna
actually
do.
died.
Just as sure as my name is...
Like,
Papa Q Bear.
oh, that's great.
Papa
So he's hit his
Q
head.
Bear.
He's
Uh-oh.
disoriented.
Scout leader
Except for
Jake.
throwing up.
Sorry, but we're so busy rescuing Papa. We didn't have time to do our merit badge tests.
Here it
Not
comes.
so, Scout. I have 4 merit badges.
brother's
here,
eyes.
One for each Scout and one for Papa, who helped by showing you what you should not
Yes.
I did? Of course. Merely doing my duty.
Yay,
Doing my duty.
Papa! Thanks,
Papa,
son.
you're nothing
What a
but
great
duty.
Badge.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I'll add it to my collection. Got about 100 merit badges, you know. Aha! My hat!
I disagree with Papa's existence in this one. I don't think he should have survived. Oh. And it ends with something that shouldn't be embarrassing. That should instead be horrifying and painful. That being Papa having an actual fish in his ear. Hold on. I'm going to take my headphones off. Let's talk about this, whatever this was. Doodly, 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 doodly. They're off. I don't like taking my headphones off because look how horrible my hair is. I need a haircut so bad. And like the part in my hair is bad. It's poorly done. I took a shower today. I did shower. I did bathe. But I look terrible. My hair looks terrible. I look tired. Just thank God you never see like the back of my head because I got this weird bald patch back there that I'm very self-conscious about. But I never think about because I never see the back of my head except when I get videoed in some way or someone takes a picture of me from behind. So that's why I never made it as an actor. Just too many bodily flaws. So in any case, we just watched the Berenstain Bears soccer star, the Berenstain Bears shoot the Rapids, based on little storybooks from the 1980s. I think 85, maybe 85. Maybe like this year, 84. I can't remember when those books came out, and I am not going to look it up. So book number 1, Soccer Star, is about Brother Bear wanting to get involved in football and then in basketball and then in baseball, depending on which season it is. He gets very excited to try out for the varsity team of the Bear Country School, football, basketball, and baseball teams. Each time, Cousin Fred reminds him that the kids who generally make it in these teams are much bigger than Brother Bear is. So the football players are all much bigger, the basketball players are all much taller, and the baseball players are all much better pitchers. They're faster pitchers. So even though Brother is a very good baseball player, he's not up to like hitting the pitches that they throw. And in each example, it seems that the main player on the team is always Too Tall Grizzly, or the cartoons version of Too Tall Grizzly, who is incredibly tall and thin, and incredibly aggressive. He seems like an older cub who's been held back a lot, probably by the school, so that he can keep playing on their sports teams. So what happens each time is Brother tries out for the team. He's not big enough yet to make it. So the Coach Grismeyer, who is never named, I don't think, in the cartoon, but Coach Grismeyer is like, look, you got a lot of spunk, kid. He keeps saying that. You got a lot of spunk. I'm not going to put you on the team. I'm going to put you in an administrative position as team manager, equipment manager, something behind the scenes so you don't get hurt or killed by these larger cubs. And Brother's like, okay, yeah. And he does it. And finally, the third time he tries out for a team and doesn't make it, he gets frustrated and quits. He's like, I'm not going to do this anymore. And he's like, maybe I'm just not going to be a sport bear. But at the end of everything, soccer tryouts come. He gets mad and he kicks a piece of sporting equipment. And the coach sees it and is like, you got a good kicker on you. You got a good kick. And so he has Brother try out for soccer. And brother is, of course, very good. And he gets a goal. He makes a goal, I guess, in a scrimmage, not a game. And it looks like he's up against Too Tall, who's the goalie. It must either all the Cubs look like Too Tall or Too Tall's on the other team for some reason, or it's just a scrimmage. But in any case, brother's able to he's a good enough kicker that he's able to get the ball past Too Tall or the goalie. And he's a soccer star, I guess, because then it just ends. The thing just ends. Brother finds his sport. The episode is done. And there's a lot of like sort of angst and padding in this episode, but it's good. It's good. I like watching brother not be good at everything, but be really good at one thing. However, I mentioned this while watching the episode, but as a parent of someone who does play soccer, there is more to being a good soccer player than simply being able to kick a ball very hard. Don't get me wrong, that's part of it. But also like kick a ball very hard in a certain direction. But also like running, passing, dribbling, like grappling. There's like a lot of like getting in there and like getting the ball away from another person. It's not just kick a ball. It's like run a ball, dribble a ball. There's a lot going on in soccer ball. And there's the offsides rule, which nobody understands again. Yes, to brother being a talented bear, but also no to that being the only thing brother needs to do. But I'm not going to take that away from brother. But what it did look like in the episode, when it shows the soccer game, it shows all the other large, tall Cubs falling all over themselves to play this game. And not even against, like, brother necessarily, just in general. And what it ends up looking like is not that brother is a great soccer player, but that brother is simply better than the other soccer players who are terrible. So he's not so much a soccer star as a competent soccer boy is, I guess, the closest I can come. Brother Bear, relatively competent soccer cub. He just happens to go up against very incompetent soccer players, which I guess would be too long of a title. So we're going to move on. Shoot the Rapids, though, is where it kind of fell apart. Shoot the Rapids is, again, based on the book Shoot the Rapids, another small format book, which is about the Bear Scouts who are going out for their Shooting the Rapids merit badge. Teacher Jane is like, or Scoutmaster Jane is like, I'm going to... Excuse me, I had to yawn really big. Scout Leader Jane is like, I'm going to follow along with you guys and make sure you're doing everything right so you can get your merit badges. And of course, Papa overhears. And it's funny because Jane is always like, I just got to make sure Papa's not within earshot when I say any of this, but she doesn't check. And Papa overhears and he's like, well, I'm the greatest rapid shooter of all time, even though he clearly doesn't know how a boat works. He clearly doesn't know how the rapids work. He clearly doesn't know which way the river is flowing. But he's a braggart. He's a braggadocio. And he's like, I'm going to go with you and show you how it's done. And Teacher Jane is like, no, you can't go with him. He's like, I'll take my own boat. So he has this canoe that he's carved, and kudos to Papa for literally carving. I mean, he's a wood bear, I guess. He is a good woodworker. So he's created a canoe that he thinks is better than their inflatable raft. Or their inflatable boat, and he's going to follow along with him. Of course, he stands up in his canoe at one point, and he flips the canoe, and he falls in the water, and they have to rescue him. And then at one point, he falls asleep while canoeing, and then when he finally gets to the rapids, he goes the wrong direction. He goes down a waterfall, hits his head, loses consciousness momentarily. I guess doesn't know where he is. Embarrasses himself, embarrasses the Cubs. They think they've spent their whole time rescuing Papa, just like normal. But Scout Leader Jane is like, no. You guys earned your merit badges they do shoot the rapids successfully in the end. And she's like, you did shoot the rapids successfully. You rescued your Papa, but I'm also giving Papa a merit badge for being there to show you what not to do, which is exactly what I predicted would happen. Even though I've read the book before. I can't remember the book. It's like 10 years ago when I read this book. Papa gets a badge, and then in the end, so he tries to catch salmon at one point. He's like salmon jumping out of the water. He's like, oh, salmon. At the end of the episode, they're all riding home. Papa's in the car, and he's picking at his ear. There's something in his ear, and he's like, he digs into his ear, and an entire fish comes out of it. Like an entire full-size salmon comes out of Papa's ear. And he gets this look on his face like, me? Like, oh, what a thing for me to have done. Like, oh, I can't believe it. I'm trying to avoid saying, did I do that? But it's a very much just like, goofy me. And I'm like, no, a fish, an entire salmon came out of your ear, and I understand that a bear is much bigger than a person. Their ears are much bigger than people. But if you came across a bear that had an entire fish in its ear, that bear would be in distress. That bear would be in a lot of pain. That bear would not be like, I did it again. That bear would be like, no, I'm in a lot of pain. The fish would be dead, or like, I don't know, but like, totally start. Plus, they're like driving. They're not near water, so the fish leaps out of Papa's head and dies, I guess, on the side of the road. Papa's like, "No, my goodness, I'm a bad little boy. I got a fish in my ear," and it's a weird way to end the episode, which is how it ends. Boom, just ends. So when I say it all kind of fell apart, the second half of that, Shoot the Rapids, was based on a very predictable book. It's a fun book, but there's a lot of padding. There's a lot of Papa just talking. I don't know why I have the yawns today. I have the yawns really bad. I think I'm just not breathing very well. There's a lot of Papa just go running off at the mouth, and depending on your tolerance for Papa running off at the mouth shenanigans, I made it through the 10 minutes, but I think that even as a kid, I might have been like mind wandering, because you know what's coming. It just takes, they take a long way to get there. So that was the Berenstain Bears Shoot the Rapids. If you're wondering, all these episodes are for free to watch on YouTube. Just go to the Berenstain Bears YouTube page, and they're all there. They're all divided up into their like 10 or so minute chunks. They're all available, which is why I'm able to just like watch them here, because they're available on YouTube. So just go to the Berenstain Bears page and watch them. But I very much enjoyed Soccer Star, just because there's some really good animation in all of these. The character models and the way they move. There's some hilarious faces. At one point, you get to see Papa Bear with angry teeth. They're very entertaining, and especially when you put them up against your average, I said this a million times, your average 1985 Saturday morning cartoon. Gummy Bears accepted, Adventures of Winnie the Pooh accepted. Most of what was out there was very cheaply made garbage. And the Berenstain Bears was one of those standouts. It was like watching premium television animation. It was like watching the primetime specials that would come on, which always had a little bit of higher budget. So you can tell the money's been put into this, in the animation, in the scripting, in the performances. Frank Welker's welkering it up all over the place in some of these. He's doing his high voice, and he's doing his lower voice. And that's Frank Welker. He's really good at it. Ruth Buzzy's all over the place. So that's the Berenstain Bears, 2 episodes, episode 6. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you watched along while I was doing this on stream, no, you didn't. It's going to be like Woodstock. Everyone's going to claim to have watched this, but I'm looking at my stats right now, and the average view duration is 33 seconds, which means that people just accidentally tuned into this and immediately tuned out. They were like, this is a guy with a bad haircut talking about a cartoon. And my haircut is very bad. I need to get a haircut. I need to get my hair trimmed. It's not doing anything anymore. It looks like, actually, because my sideburns are gray and my hair is dark brown, and right now I'm at the hair length where it looks like I'm wearing a bad hairpiece. Or I look like I'm gearing up to go. I'm going the Dean Koontz route. I want real, just big Dean Koontz hair is what I'm going for. Look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about. But thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being a part of this big, bold, beautiful experiment. I'll be back with more episodes of the Berenstain Bears. So we'll be back with more episodes of Deep in Bear Country, because I'm not going anywhere. And I'll see you all next time, deep in Bear Country.